up, what's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Summer, your host with the mostest, coming live from Summer's Room on YouTube. If you are tuned in from Facebook, make your way on over to YouTube. Y'all know how we do, how we do, how we do. I'm gonna drop the link in the comments for y'all. For those who may or may not know, we are streaming live from YouTube from this point forward. I may come back to YouTube in the future. We'll have to see what happens. But if you enjoy my content, you like my recaps and my chit chats, make sure you are subscribed to Summer's Room on YouTube because this is where I bees at. This is where I bees at. I do stream to Facebook to let you guys know that I am live. Summer's Room on Facebook right now is shadow banned. It's getting no traction. It looks like my page is like so. But y'all starting to figure out where I'm at. I'm starting to get some traction over on YouTube. I normally go live for my ride-alongs between like 5 and 5:30 ish to come chit chat with y'all. Hey Chisme boo, how you doing, love? Make sure y'all go follow Chisme all day on Facebook. Let's talk about it. Go follow her, show her some love. And Mary Riaz on Facebook. Go show them some love. Go check them out. Go check their content out. Go vibe with them. Can y'all hear me in the Can y'all hear me? Hey Mary Beth, hey girl. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, baby. It be one fire after the other on Facebook. You're welcome. And make sure y'all hit the thumbs up as y'all come into the stream on YouTube. Thumbs up is just the same on Facebook. It lets Facebook know that you are enjoying the content and it will recommend us out into the algorithm. So please hit that thumbs up. Again, thank y'all so much. We hit 1,700 and we on our way to 1,800. I believe I'm going to do a giveaway when I hit the 2K mark on YouTube. I think I'm going to give away a $25 gift card. So if you like freebies, tell your friends to come hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and let's get into this Facebook tea. Hey, friend. Hey, Jack Fack. Y'all make sure y'all go follow the Jack Fack on YouTube, okay? Jack Fack on YouTube. Go follow her. She been going live on YouTube because she got in trouble on Facebook or whatever. So if you're not following her on YouTube, make sure you go get in where you fit in on her YouTube channel. And make sure you hit that follow button on Facebook, too. Hey, Daniela. How you doing, love? So y'all get y'all behinds over here to YouTube, okay? If you on Facebook, come to YouTube because the Facebook Live is going to be clipped. Now, I'm going to talk about Chef Carmen and Rico. Some of y'all may know who that is. Some of y'all may not know who that is. And we're going to get in a little bit into Tuna Tina. Y'all see her over there peeking through the bushes? Y'all see her peeking through the bushes? Oh, did I say Tuna Tina? I'm so sorry. I did not. I don't know why I just said that. No, seriously. Like, I don't call her that. Sorry, Tina. We're going to get into some Tina, a.k.a. Christina's World, Maybay's ex-friend, I believe. And Maybay, we're going to get into them a little bit today. Hey, Toya Boo. Make sure y'all go follow Toya's Truth on Facebook and YouTube. She been kind of sneaking over on YouTube, y'all. So if y'all been missing her, she been doing her thing on YouTube. Honestly, a lot of people are moving over to YouTube. If you have not started your YouTube channel, you need to. If you are a content creator, I can't stress that enough. I know my friend Maybay, like, she been doing this thing since the beginning of the time, like, you know, out here in these streets. But I keep telling her, leave Facebook alone as far as lives go and do your lives on YouTube because Facebook has no protection for content creators. I think they're going through like a revamp with the system, an update and stuff. And while they are trying to figure out those kinks and stuff like that, it's just no protection for content creators. People could mass report your page and get you up out of here, and you could have never violated none of the stuff that they pinged you for. But then you'll see people like, I had this stalker lady in my comments. One of them name was Lillian, and I forget the other name. I actually think it's the same person, honestly. I think it's the same person. Hey, Kim, I think it's the same person. I think she went and made a second page, and she's trolling with herself, like talking to herself in the comments. And what's crazy is because I remember Lillian's profile picture, and I'm pretty sure I blocked her a long time ago. So she probably went and made a new page so she could dialogue with me for whatever reason. But they've been saying some disgusting stuff in my comments. And I'm like, Facebook let y'all get away with all this crap that's actually breaking the rules on Facebook. But baby, y'all gonna take my girl video down for her swimming in the pool with her grandbaby? Like what? Facebook notification and text received. Period, Cinderella. Yes. If you're not subscribed for my text alerts, go ahead and text Sully's at 81010. And we're going to get into this content. So make your way on over to YouTube. I see y'all coming in. Thank y'all so much for supporting my YouTube channel. Jack Fact, I was listening to your YouTube. I still ain't finished it all because, girl, you was on live for over 3 hours. 3 hours, Jack. You're killing me, girl. You're killing me. But Jack will have you on the edge of your seats the whole way through, though, for show. Something I do want to mention before we get up off this Facebook stream is this. So I went and I actually put a clip on my page because I see you struggling to find that clip on your live, Jack. I went and put just Wiggy's segment from Chalet's panel on my page, on my YouTube. And something confused me, but maybe this is her talking too fast, or maybe this was her talking too fast, or something that I just don't understand, because it sounds like Wiggy has a tendency, based off this whole fire situation, to speak in a way like people know where she's coming from because she knows where she's coming from. But she mentioned on that live, and I don't know if anybody else caught it, but Jack played that clip on her live where she says, now for those who don't know, as far as I know, the last I know of, Wiggy lives in Ohio, okay? She said the family members, the brother's house that burnt down lived 45 minutes from her. And she said they didn't come stay with her yet because they needed to be close to the house in case they needed to get there with the fire and the insurance and all that stuff going on. And then she said that a friend from Florida who was at a vacation home, she said a friend from Florida who was at a vacation home. I'm going to say that again. She said the brother stayed at a hotel because they needed to be close by for insurance purposes and stuff like that. And that he lived 45 minutes from Wiggy, who lives in Ohio, last I heard. A friend from Florida who was staying at a vacation home called the brother to tell the brother that his house was engulfed. Did y'all hear what I just said? I'm gonna say it one more time. This is what Jack be doing. She be like, let me run it back for y'all one more time. Now, if Wiggy, you want to hop in my comments, because you probably be over here or whatever, or maybe somebody see you clips. I don't know. But can you clarify that for us? Can you clarify for that? Drop the link for what? This is my recap. I don't drop links during my recap. Who I'm dropping the link for? Oh, the link for YouTube? Here we go. Because I'm about to clip Facebook, y'all. So if you on Facebook, you better come to YouTube because I'm finna clip it. I'm going to say this one more time, and then I'm going to clip Facebook, and we're going to get into the dialogue on YouTube. I'm going to say it one more time. As far as I know, this is when she was on Chalet's panel, and she was talking. Wiggy lives in Ohio. She said the brother lives 45 minutes away from her. She said the brother stayed at a hotel near his home because they needed to be close by in case they needed to meet with the insurance people, I believe, or the fire department, whatever. They needed to be close to the home. So they didn't move with Wiggy yet. But he got a call from a friend in Florida staying at a vacation home to tell them that their house was engulfed. Maybe they got a vacation home in Ohio. I guess. Who want a vacation in Ohio, though? But maybe they got family there. But that threw me for a loop. I need her to explain it. I mean, I would love for her to explain it because that confused the crap out of me. If you on Facebook, make your way to YouTube. Okay? The Facebook stream is going to be clipped in 3, 2, 1. Y'all come on over to YouTube so we get into the C. We're going to continue to talk a little bit about Wiggy and his Florida comment. We're going to get into the Chef Carmen and the Rico situation. And we're going to get into Christina's world, a.k.a. Tina, a.k.a. Maybe's ex-best friend. So if y'all want to get into it, make y'all way on over. Here go an intermission. Go get y'all snacks. Go get y'all drinks, whatever y'all need to get into this dialogue. Because here we go.
Nice. The tea is coming soon. We got the tea. If you at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. Summer's room. The tea is coming soon. We got the tea. If you at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned. Stay tuned, y'all. Summer's room.
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Now, if y'all like that little jingle, if y'all like that little jingle, go hit up Dice on Facebook through her and her wife's page, Dice and Cats, and go shoot them an inbox, send them a message, go tell them you're looking for a little jingle or whatever, and she gonna hook you up. Dice is the one that made my intro. Go show them some love, and she works super fast. She came up with my jingle the same day, same day. I had multiple choices to pick from, okay? So if y'all looking for a little jingle, go holla at Dice. Thank you so much. That was our promo segment right there. If you would like a promo segment, get in my inbox, okay? Hey, Diane. What up, D? What up, Smiles Through the Tears? Hey, Gloria. You see I'm fancy. Just a little bit. But that statement from Wiggy threw me off. And I was thinking that, well, maybe the people from Florida got a vacation home in Ohio. But who comes up north from down south to go on vacation? I don't understand that. Maybe they got family in Ohio, though. That could be a possibility. Maybe it's I don't know. But I would not think, hey, let me buy me a vacation home in Ohio. That just does not sit very well with me. But who am I? You know what I'm saying? And I think my headphones is freaking dead. Can y'all hear me okay in the comment section? So I want to start off with Tina real quick, right? Because it's going to be short because it's not a lot of ground to cover with Tina, right? So some of us have noticed that Tina and May have separated. We haven't seen Tina around ever since that whole allegation came out about Ivan and her possibly sleeping together and stuff like that. They kind of fell back. But May ain't said nothing to the girl. She kind of left it alone. She ain't ate her up. She ain't dragged it along. Nobody has really heard May say anything about Tina like at all. I haven't heard. Now, I don't catch every single one of May's lives. But as far as I know, she has not touched on Tina like at all. She haven't touched on Tina. Tina been kind of in her own world doing her own thing, taking care of her family from what it sounds like. Her daughter just had a wedding, got married. I think they just had a baby or is having a baby. I know her husband was sick or whatever. Whoa. So I'm trying to figure out what caused all this to come about, right? Now, I know a lot of people like to be like, oh, May is always the troublemaker, blah, 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 blah. People like to feel how they feel, whatever. May put up a post today, and her reason for putting up the post was Tina had given her a page a while back. I'm not going to say the page name because I'm not going to bring attention to it. If you know what the page is, you know what the page is, right? Tina had given May a page, and May hadn't been using it. It just was sitting dormant. It was like one of her backup pages. You know how content creators do. They pull pages out the woodwork like if they need one, whatever. Whatever May was going to use it for whatever her intended purposes was going to be for at the time. Well, May noticed that somebody had begun being active on the page, which I would assume naturally that it would be Tina since the page came from Tina. From my understanding, Tina was never removed from a person that had access to the page because it was, for whatever reason. May was having problems with one of her pages at the time, and it was like a backup just in case she would have lost access to whatever page that was at the time. So somebody started posting pictures with her, Tina, and Haley. They posted pictures of the Knots business, like a bunch of weird pictures that May herself would not post because she don't deal with those people. So, dang, I'm gonna assume hopefully May mentioned this on the live because I didn't catch the beginning of her live, but I'm gonna assume she mentioned it, and if she didn't, my bad, May. She reached out to Tina directly on her phone, like, yo, I guess you took the page back, yada yada yada, but why you being weird? Like, why you posting pictures of me on the page? Why you posting pictures of me on the page like with my exes or people I don't mess with? Like, why are you doing that? And from the dialogue I had, Tina never responds to the text messages. She doesn't say anything to the text messages. Now this happened a day or two ago. It didn't happen today. And then I think it's been going on for at least 2 days now, I think. And so she doesn't say anything, and so she doesn't respond or nothing like that. So May put up a screenshot and called her out on social media, right? Which this is what Christina wanted, right? So Christina commented and claimed that she sold the page, yada yada yada. But my thing is this: so you took the page, which May says she don't care, it's your page. You took it, whatever. You gave the page to May, then you took the page back, and you claiming you sold it. You claiming you sold it to someone, so I guess you sold it to someone who's an op. Because why would someone buy a page from you to post pictures of May and people she don't bang with? Like, that's very strange to me. Maybe not strange to y'all, but strange to me, right? Maybe y'all think that's normal behavior. For me, that's nothing about that is normal, right? And I'm like, you writing all these paragraphs in the comment section. You writing all these paragraphs in the comment section on Facebook, but when she reached out to you directly, you didn't have 2 words to say. So I'm thinking you want this attention on social media for whatever reason. That her and the girl Froggy, some of y'all may know who Froggy is. All of a sudden, Froggy just be leaping all around social media. Some of y'all know that Froggy started out as a big supporter of May's. She used to be a big supporter of me. Now she be supporting the very people she used to talk trash about in my inbox and on my page. Now she a big supporter of, or was, to Shalay and all them, the Lisa panel, and I think TEC. I'm not sure, that might be a reach. I'm not sure if TEC, but I know for sure she used to be in Lisa comments and she be in Shalay comments. Now she heavy on Christina page, real heavy on Christina page. And then when Christina came out posting pictures and making comments on social media, here come Froggy underneath every comment that Christina made. So now y'all like booty pals or something like that. I don't understand what Froggy angle is and why she just hopping all around Facebook, just like making connections with people being weird or whatever. But I'm a little bit confused about why Christina now. Like, why now? If y'all ain't had no issues on social media, it ain't been no beef, why are you causing trouble now? They just sell a page. They charge whatever they're going to charge for their page, and then they take themselves off as admin, because you can move pages around. Like, you can give full access to a business page to another page and then take the other page off. So I no longer will have control over a page at all. Like, I could give you one of my pages or sell you one of my pages that I have and take myself completely off and just allow you to have full access. Facebook allows you to move like pages around, and take people off and put people on. So I'm like, what? Like, do you want a Facebook beef? Because May has left you alone. She ain't said nothing to you. And for real, with all the allegations, and if May really feel like, dang, you really did sleep with my husband, you supposed to be my girl, she could have drug you for filth, rightfully so, on social media, back and forth, up and down. Like, she could have did her real big one. But she ain't said nothing to you or about you. She ain't said nothing to you or about you. It'd be funny how you be doing stuff and you like stuff just come out. Yeah, you're right, Froggy. Yeah, you're right, Froggy. Always on the Empire Crumbles page. What if it's Tina trolling, claiming she sold the page? I don't know. I think it is Tina. Cause help me understand why you would be posting. Why would you be posting pictures of yourself and May and pictures of KK and the knots and all that stuff? It just seemed weird to me. I want to know, like, what is Tina's angle? What is the purpose of all this? What's the purpose of all this? And if it ain't Tina herself, whoever you sold the page to, you knew what they was going to do with it. You're not going to tell me that you didn't know. Now I'm making assumptions. We normally don't make assumptions and things like that, but now we're going to make assumptions. I absolutely would be inclined to believe that you knew that the person you sold this page to allegedly was going to do weird stuff. You knew. And what is the purpose? Your daughter just got married. Won't you go celebrate? Focus on your daughter marriage and things like that. Why you so focused on May? What's the problem? But anyway, that's on that. So I guess we'll continue to watch. Now, some of y'all may or may not know who Chef Carmen is. Chef Carmen is a chef on social media. Um, she used to be friends, not used to. She used to be friends with Darius Cooks. They no longer vibe with each other for whatever reason. Darius said he didn't like the whole. Darius didn't like that she always wanted to be on camera when they was together. That's the explanation he gave on a live a while ago. So he separated himself. Darius separates himself from a lot of people, it seems, for whatever his personal reasons are, which is he's entitled to. But after they separated and stopped being friends, Darius kind of went on this whole attack thing, I feel like, on Carmen. I don't know. A lot of people don't like Carmen. A lot of people say Carmen is shady. I don't know her to know. I've been watching some of the stuff that go on, and she's saying a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of people come at her. She got trolls. She got hate pages, all kinds of stuff that come at Carmen. So Rico is someone who was a longtime friend of Chef Carmen, and he also worked for Chef Carmen. He was the person behind the camera a lot of times, and from Chef's explanation a while ago, and also yesterday, she reiterated not only did he work behind the camera for her, he also ran errands for her and did stuff around their house, like small things around the house, whatever that consisted of, taking out the trash and I guess things like that. So apparently it was this lady who befriended Rico, right? Y'all may not know who Rico is. I'm gonna implore y'all to go watch, go look up his name. I think his page name is like Rico the Champion or something like that. You can go check out some of Chef Carmen's lives. Some people that have covered Chef Carmen and talked trash about Chef Carmen have talked trash about Rico, like calling him slow and things like that. He's a short guy, a little short, stubby guy, and he seems very capable to me. I don't know if he suffers from any intellectual issues or nothing like that. It doesn't appear that way to me. He's a little awkward, a little bit. He's quiet. He's a little awkward because he's quiet, but I can't say like he suffers from any like mental or intellectual disabilities. I won't say that because I don't know. I went and I looked on his page. He seems to write statuses fairly easy. He's went live a couple of times. He doesn't show himself a lot, and it's probably a confidence thing or whatever like that. So this lady had befriended him, who was a friend of Carmen's, which I found odd because I'm wondering like, wow, what made this lady go befriend Rico? Like, I'm just thinking for myself, like, would I be like, oh, I'm gonna just befriend Rico? I'm gonna just go befriend Rico. I'm gonna start hanging at his house. That struck me as odd. Maybe not for some of y'all. Maybe not for some of y'all, but for me, it definitely struck. It was odd for me because me personally, I'm not going to befriend some man, right? I'm just not. Not unless I had some type of interest in him. I was trying to get in where I fit in. But maybe she felt like he needed a friend. I don't know. But it seemed odd to me. So all of us know that Houston just had some bad storms. They had a tornado. A lot of people were without electricity. A lot of people still are without electricity. Tay was one of them that was affected. Chef and Tay was some of the people that were affected. Chef Carmen is not in town. She's been out of town doing festivals or whatever, getting her money. She hasn't been in Houston for a little while. Tay is at home by herself, holding down the fort or whatever. Oh, look at this bird carrying a damn worm. Holding down the fort or whatever. And Rico lives by himself. He has a 2-bedroom apartment. And from what I understand, that was confirmed by Carmen and also by the person that allegedly saved Rico, that Chef Carmen pays for his rent, his utilities, and things like that. And he also had access to a debit card linked to her personal bank account to get things that he needs. So she covers all of his expenses in return she covers all of his expenses plus gives him some form of money in return for his services that he provides for working for her, which is he's behind the camera, he runs errands for them, and he does stuff at the house. This is his job. This is what he does for Carmen, and she pays him in those ways, right? So the lady claimed that Rico called her and she went down there to go help her friend to go save him because he was living in poor condition. He was living in poor conditions, and he ain't had no food. So, and I seen a picture posted. I meant to take a screenshot where they show his refrigerator, where it shows that he didn't have any food in his refrigerator, right? He on Ozempic though. I'm on Ozempic, right? So I'm like, she claimed that when she got there, he was in the dark and he was eating crackers and peanut butter. Now let's keep in mind, this is after the tornado when people in Houston are without electricity. This is during the tornado, after the tornado happened, when people in Houston are without electricity for days. So I'm like, is this refrigerator picture after the tornado? Because if it is, I wouldn't be shocked that he doesn't have food in his refrigerator because they didn't have electricity, meaning whatever he did have in his fridge would have had to go in the trash, right? Everything would have had to have gone in the trash because they were without electricity. So the stuff in the fridge would have spoiled. It would have been trash, right? Now, I'm not reading comments because I'm driving. I'm going to park in a minute and I'm going to read comments, right? And I'm like, him not having electricity would make sense because all of them didn't have electricity. Tay had been updating her page, saying day number 2, 3, whatever, without electricity, blah, blah, blah. Tay also didn't have electricity. After the tornado had happened, I don't know if who car they was in. Tay had mentioned that her truck was stuck in the garage and she didn't want to open it because she didn't want to break something. So I think they was inside Rico's truck. I could be wrong, but I think they was in Rico's truck. But someone mentioned that it was Tay's truck, but I was confused because Tay said on the live that I went and watched when they was together that she didn't pull her Jeep out of the garage because she didn't want to break something. Now, not unless Tay have another SUV that I'm not aware of. I just know about the Jeep that she drives. It was Carmen's truck? Okay, so they were in Carmen's truck. Okay, got you. So they were together, riding around. She was looking for coolers, and they had, they were showing us like the area. They were going to get like something to eat and things like that. Blase Bluzu. So that's the only live that I saw. This was after the day after the storm. And then I think the day after, within the next 2 days, Rico was gone. His friend had came to come save him. The friend had came to come save him or whatever and took him back. From what I understand, he went back home to Atlanta. So the lady had mentioned he was living in slavery, and that she had mentioned that with all that he was doing, they wasn't paying him enough. Now, I don't know what his rent cost and things like that, but I'm like, if they were paying for his rent, his utilities, buying him cars, and giving him direct access to an account for him to use. Plus, they had mentioned, now I don't know, this is what Carmen mentioned on her live, that they had also just sent him money that Saturday, the Saturday that just passed, to his Cash App. She said she got receipts that she could share to show that they had just sent him money. So I'm a little bit confused on if they didn't have electricity at the time when you picked up Rico, why would you expect food? Why would you expect food, plus the insurance, they cover his insurance, right? Why would you expect food to be inside a refrigerator with the electricity out? Why would you expect food to be inside of a refrigerator that the electricity was out? And I also attached a clip. He was living in slavery, like squabble conditions. I went and put up a video of the place where Rico was living. He had a very nice apartment. From what I saw from the video that I saw, he was living decent. He was living decent from what I saw in the video. Now, this is just what I'm seeing in the video. I'm going to continue to watch the what comes out. I went to go check to see if Rico or Carmen or anybody else had went live today. I seen a friend Lena had went live and was talking about some stuff. She talked about and mentioned how Rico had left a letter. Telling Carmen and them like goodbye, and he mentioned leaving the keys to the apartment and the business card and the debit card wherever he left it for them to retrieve it. So I'm wondering what actually transpired, because Carmen seems to think it was a setup. And like they were plotting and planning this. And I definitely find it odd that this friend of his, this person that befriended him, all of a sudden got you sitting on a panel with people who are Chef Carmen's ops, like people that she no longer mess with. Like if you would have just left, you feel like you didn't like the way you were being treated and you just left would be one thing. But not only do you leave because you feel like, I guess, you were abandoned in that moment. The tornado probably, he was afraid, possibly was afraid, and felt like he didn't have support for whatever reason, and you left and you went back home. That would be one thing. But for you to end up on a panel with a bunch of people who were ops of Carmen's, I'm not gonna lie and say that don't seem funny. It seemed a little bit weird for me. This is my opinion, my perspective based off what I've seen as it's unfolding. Y'all can have y'all position and y'all perspective. Y'all entitled to that. And especially if you saying y'all been watching them since the beginning. Do y'all thing. But as far as I know, from what I've recently seen based off what's recently come out, all this time it was no problems, and then bang, now it's a problem. And the stuff that they are claiming are issues to me doesn't make any sense, because it was during a tornado, a time in Houston when a bunch of people are without electricity, not just Rico. This is not a situation where his bill was not paid, so he was sitting in a house without electricity because Carmen didn't pay his electric bill. The electric was out due to stuff that they could not control. It was Mother Nature that sent the tornado through the town and knocked out the power for several people, including Tay herself. Now, from what I've seen, Rico is very capable of getting around himself. So I've seen him driving cars. I've seen him going shopping, on his own at HEB, and things like that. So in that time, I want to understand, was like, did he express to Tay he was afraid, he didn't want to stay home by himself, and so Tay told him, no, you can't come over here. No, you can't come over here. Like, did she deny him to come to the house so he could feel safe? A lady joined Lena's live by the name of Tammy, who said she was friends with Rico and that Rico had reached out to her and they had talked, and she checked on him about the tornado, and he had expressed, like, he don't have electricity, which many people didn't. And Tammy was like, do you need anything to eat? Like, do you need anything? Da 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 da. And if you do need something, to let him know, to let me know, like, if you need something. So I'm just gonna continue to watch the story unfold. A lot of stuff that was said wasn't even said by Rico himself. It was said by the lady that rescued him. When Rico spoke, he had mentioned how, like, I thought I was a good friend, I thought I was a good friend. Maybe they didn't think I was a good friend. I really would like to understand what transpired that made him feel like he was abandoned in that instance, like he had nobody. I mean, because Carmen wasn't there, so it would have been Tay that was there in his locale, like, to help him. I want to know what transpired from the day they were together in that car together up until, I guess, like 2 days later when he left with the lady. Yeah, you probably watch Lena. I want to know what happened between that time to make him feel like, I need to get up out of here. Like, I need to go. Because I think the day after he left, the electricity was back on. And something I want to mention that I noticed inside of his refrigerator was he's taking Ozempic. And if he's taking it for weight loss or diabetes, and I meant to go check, like, the percentage of the shot that he's taking. But I take Ozempic, and you have, like, little to no appetite, like, at all. Most people on Ozempic. 30 years of being friends. Wow, that's hard to just leave. Let me read some of these comments before I gotta go in. Let me see. I watched the snippet of the interview. It was sad. Yeah, he does. 39 viewers and only 16 likes. Please hit the like button. Did Rico do an interview, Mary? He was on a panel with I think Boss Lady and a couple of other people. And then the lady Nikki, who hates Chef Carmen, who got a beef with Chef Carmen, she joined the panel, and it was a couple of other people. I've been watching Chef Carmen for years when she was seasoning out those bags. Y'all gotta know what's been going on from the beginning. So what did you see with Rico from the beginning that makes you believe that they were mistreating him, Kimberly? Supposedly, Rico had an extra room. That's where his friend stayed when she visited Houston. Yeah, he had a 2 bedroom. Carmen said that he had a 2 bedroom apartment. So him having a spare room would make sense, Gloria. It would make sense. His page name is Rico Challenge? Rico in charge? I just said it, didn't I? Rico something. Oh man, Rico something with a C. Cinderella, I don't know their names though. Thank you, Mary. Cinderella, you're welcome. He was feeling very emotional, so he couldn't speak much. From what I have observed about Rico, Miss Mary, is he is not a man of many words, like generally speaking. He never speaks a lot. Rico got tired of Carmen and Tay using him. I don't blame him at all. But when you say using him, what do you mean? If I'm paying for your room and board, I'm paying for a 2 bedroom apartment, furnished it fully. I'm paying your bills. I'm buying you cars. I'm putting money in your pocket. How is that? How is that him being? How is that him being used? To me, when someone is being used, you're not getting nothing out of the deal, and you just working it. You just working. To me, that's being used. If somebody is paying for the roof over my head, paying my utilities, and put me in cars, I'm not gonna look at that as me being used. And then I know they mentioned like Rico had to ask to leave, and I'm like, well, if you work for somebody and you want to leave during the time where you on a clock, you have to have a conversation with your employer and let them know, hey, I need to leave. Can I have this time off? They tried to make it seem like they was making him ask permission, like he don't work for Chef Carmen, like he's not on a payroll. Chef Carmen mentioned that he get a 1099 that he has to file taxes for. So I'm not really sure, like when y'all say use, how is he being used? Are y'all not taking into account that she is taking care of all his expenses, like his day-to-day expenses? That the black Jeep's farm truck she bought tires, she should be ashamed of herself, won't even put no tires on. Well, that's her business if she don't put tires on her truck. That's her business. It was said he received $75 on Saturday. Probably sent him some pocket money so he could eat. To me, $75 would take me a long way if it's just about me getting something to eat. But I don't know. Like, these are details I would love to understand, like in depth. That's a nice truck. I only see snippets of Carmen and Tay usually when they are called out by someone. I don't know if that's his pay. I don't think that was his pay. Carmen expressed like they just sent him a couple dollars, probably just so he could eat. Probably since the electricity was out and would have to like be out spending money to eat. Carmen made Rico come to Houston. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave, so she forced him to leave. I don't know nothing about that. So from my understanding, his family is in the ATL. So none of his family intervened when Carmen made him leave, like dragged him. It sounded like she kidnapped him. Depends on how long power was out for food. It was out for a couple days, Smile through tears. Summer, there's a lot more to the story. I have been following CC for a long time. That's why I say I'm only speaking on what I know that just came out. I don't follow them in depth. But based off what I saw from the interview, from the panel that Rico was on, from the live Chef Carmen did, from the live, how you doing? Yeah. From the live Chef Carmen did, from the live Lena did, and the things that was said, and basing it on the facts that they just had a storm in Houston, I'm a little bit confused. Why is your shorts up like that? Pull them down. How you doing? What are you doing? Pull your shorts down. That's my. She turned those people into her ops. Those same people on that panel were loyal friends to Carmen that she betrayed too. Why you think everybody stopped fooling with her? I don't know nothing about that story. The at the end of the day though, they are her ops. That's all I was speaking on. She no longer deals with them. For whatever reason they fell out and they don't deal with each other, is whatever. But at the end of it all I was saying is they no longer deal with each other. Summer, you need to do way more research on this before you blog it. Oh, I'm gonna cover what I want to cover, love. I'm basing it on what came out on those panels, as I've said 50,000 times just now. It ain't just this situation. I'm only talking about this situation though, Kimberly. I know you're trying to dig into the past and all that and things that happened with other people, but I'm simply talking about Rico going on the panel saying that he got saved by a friend who was a friend of Carmen's and now not a friend of Carmen's after a tornado when everybody lost power in Houston. I'm talking about that. She made Rico come to Houston. That man ain't want to leave again. How do you know that she made Rico leave Houston? And if Rico was forced to leave Houston, how come none of his family came to come help him? How do you make someone move states? What did Mel say? She said exactly, Mel. What did Mel say? I don't see nothing from Mel. Champion, Rico champion. I'm not gonna leave the story alone, Kimberly. If you don't like my recap or my perspective, you free to leave the live, love. Maybe they had him on call all day. I don't know, but see if you can do an interview. I don't know. From what I have seen, from what I know with my own two eyes, not speculating, is they would do lives where she would cook and he would be there. It wasn't an all day thing. And he would do runs to HEB and stuff like that. So anything that's not shown on camera or somebody you can't confirm for a fact, I don't know. Okay, Summer, I think these girls want you to know that you don't know the whole story. Tires are important, especially if a truck is pulling a trailer. And they're not talking about that truck, Cinderella. They're talking about the truck that she had at home. I don't follow none of them, so I don't know. I'm just basing it off a clip I seen. Yeah, me too. I'm basing it off the clip I seen, but with all stories, not just with the one from the panel he was on. Food in the fridge is still good for a while without power as long as it isn't consistently open. I tend to agree with what's being said from Rico's side. That comes from being a long time follower. Right. So you feel you took sides with Rico's side, but what's Rico's side? I thought just up until that panel, Rico's side was Carmen's side. Kimberly, she can blog and talk about the recent stuff. She doesn't need to know the back history to talk about what's going on right now. That's ridiculous. And you don't have to dig in the past to talk about what's going on. Hey, Destiny. I'm not being biased, nothing. I've said time and time again that I'm basing it off what happened on the recent panels. Kimberly and Gloria, it sounds like y'all want me to know the 30-year history of them, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a 30-year history. I'm basing it off what was said off the panels. I'm basing it off the fact that they just were in a storm in Houston, and hundreds, if not thousands, of people were without electricity. So him not having food in his refrigerator would make sense. It also was mentioned that Rico does not cook, that he eats out if he's not eating at Carmen's house. So him not having food in his fridge, if that is the truth, would make sense. But I don't know because I didn't hear Rico say much. The only person who I heard mention things was someone who does not live with him day in and day out. It was a friend that just came into his life that would visit him. And I'm saying from my perspective, it seems suspicious. I can understand if it doesn't seem suspicious to y'all. Y'all are entitled to your view for your own personal reasons. But it definitely sounds suspicious to me that someone will come in, befriend Rico, and now all of a sudden you are his savior. And he was in slavery. So all this time he was in slavery and you knew Chef Carmen and them and you felt like he was being mistreated and nobody said nothing. You just was like, oh, okay, it's cool. I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit confused. I'm not mad. Why would you think I'm mad? I'm just saying she has every right to talk. They are y'all being very passionate right now in the comments because people aren't agreeing with you. It's okay for someone to have a different viewpoint. Like your view is yours. Like and you entitled to it. I'm basing my view off of what we see right here, right now. Now my view might change depending on what comes out as the story develops. I've said that I'm going to continue to watch, but the things that I have watched so far has me. I got a lot of questions. I'm gonna say this because this is what I believe. Things between Rico and Cece were good until Cece got together with Tay. Cece lost a lot of people in her life because of her relationship with Tay. Why is everybody so mad that Chef Carmen decided to be with Tay? Gloria, Miss Gloria, I hear that a lot. Like since like a couple of things I've covered with Chef Carmen, everybody focuses on the fact that Chef Carmen decided to be with Tay. People don't like Tay. They don't want her to be with Tay. Chef Carmen, a grown woman at the end of the day. Why does her relationship or her marriage with Tay have anything to do with anybody else? Like, if y'all don't like Tay, then don't fool with Tay. Focus on Carmen. And I could understand Carmen defending her wife. It's her wife. She's supposed to defend her wife. So when y'all buck up or say something, people say something about Tay, and Chef Carmen go off or she defend her wife, that's what she's supposed to do. I'm a little bit, confused why people get mad about a grown woman deciding to be with another woman. We cannot control who people decide to be with. But it seemed like when this stuff comes out with Chef Carmen, when stuff happens, it seemed like everybody focuses on the fact that she was with Tay and nobody don't like her. With Chef Carmen eat don't make nobody poop. Like, y'all don't have to like Tay, but y'all gonna respect it. That's her life. And if not, y'all gonna be on the other side. That's just that on that. I'm the same way about mine. I decided to be with my husband. Y'all ain't gotta like him. Y'all ain't gotta like him, but y'all gonna respect it. And if y'all can't respect it, y'all have to go ahead and move to the other side. Now, this is just me speaking in general. I don't know their ins and outs or nothing like that. The things that I have seen that has happened on social media, I don't know the backstory. I did see one live where I was like, oh, Chef Carmen, you was wrong for that, because I physically heard myself, her say something out of her mouth that I didn't agree with. It wasn't speculation. It wasn't people trying to paint a picture for me because it's what they believe. It was something I physically heard with my own ears. And I don't tend to just take the side or understanding of people simply because it is their view. And a lot of stuff that I blog is based on right here, right now. I don't dig in history. I am not an investigator. I am not CSI investigator. I'm not a I'm not a criminal like none of that. So I'm not going to dig up in nothing. I'm going to watch the story unfold, listen to the stuff come out, and then, base my view off of what comes out. Now, if somebody shares some stuff and puts some stuff together that makes sense from the past, I'll go watch it. But I'm definitely not going to go look for it. Like, if one of y'all wanted to present something to me to show me something, like, here go a clip, watch this clip, or watch this live, so you can understand where I'm coming from, I'll absolutely go watch it. But I ain't going to go find it. I'm definitely not going to go look back 30 years of friendship. It ain't happening. But I've said that time and time again. I've said it time and time again. But don't be upset about a person's view or their perspective based on what they see right here, right now. It's okay for y'all to have y'all view. Y'all can feel the way y'all feel. I'm not gonna take that away from y'all, but don't try to take away from what I see from what I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? Now, you want to present something to me to open my eyes about something. I'm open to it all day long. All day long, I'm open to it. All day long, I'm open to it. But I got questions because it sounds like a lot of stuff that they are saying is based around this storm in Houston that would make sense why he didn't have electricity. And based off what I've seen from Rico myself, he seems pretty capable of getting his own food and things like that. I don't know. People were saying something about the Disability Act. They need to get in. They need to get in touch or get involved. So I'm like he was getting a check or something. So if Rico was getting a check, um, allegedly by these people, where was that money? Where was that going? If Carmen was paying for his expenses and stuff out of her own money, what was he doing with his actual check if he received the check? Now, I don't know if that's true. I was reading the comments inside that live, and Chef Carmen kept saying he's a grown man. People forgetting that. Like, I'm not, what he does on his own time is what he does on his own time. So I don't know. Y'all stop arguing in the comments. It kills me when people say I can say what I want, but get mad when someone says something back. Smile, she can come at me. Why y'all arguing in the comments? I don't know Tay not to like her, but the things I have seen for myself is why I feel the way I do. I've been watching. I haven't seen nothing for myself. For me to feel like Tay is a mean person or evil spirited. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch them frequently though. Um, the one thing that I did watch some of was that whole thing. I think it was with Christmas. I think it was Christmas, or was it Easter, where she ended up taking toys to this place and people was in an uproar. They made it seem like she was trying to like eat off the project, and I didn't agree with that either. I didn't agree with that either. A lot of people didn't see it my way, and y'all entitled to that, but I didn't see it that way either. I had watched the clips and some of the lives, and I'm like, I don't recall her soliciting for this or for that. So I wasn't really sure why people were so upset about certain things. I'm just watching for myself and, coming up with my own conclusions. But I'm always open to watch. Now, there was someone who had said they was going to send me some stuff, a bunch of stuff, to show me some stuff, but that ain't never happened. On the few clips they did send me, I had already seen, and it didn't point out any of the stuff that they were trying to point out to me. I definitely think that sometimes we get caught up in the opinions of everybody else. We be listening to like what be going on and things like that, and we kind of be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. We ain't really, and I'm not saying this is the case for any of y'all on this here live, but I think a lot of people get caught up in what other people say, and then we have this biasness or this already a certain thought of people based off what we hear of them, and sometimes it don't even be the case at all. I don't know why people don't like Tay, but it sounds like they haven't liked Tay since the beginning. I don't know what you did to these people, Tay. I don't know what you did to these people, Tay, but baby, you on their bad side. Let me see. Steph, can you do me a favor? Can you delete the comments with people cussing at each other? Y'all stop it, y'all. We could be grown. We can have a different perspective and view. We don't have to be cussing each other out and throwing up the middle fingers. I don't even know what's going on because I'm not able to read all the comments. I'm not able to read all the comments. But y'all stop it in the comments. Don't argue. Don't fuss. Don't fight. Oh, Steph, it might be because you're a moderator. It might be because you're a moderator. It might be because you're a moderator. That might be why you can't buy super chats and sub. You might have to go on a different page to do that. I ain't even consider that. Alayla, what you say to me?
Oh yeah, you know already your snacks.
Which one?
Ice cream.
Who got money to be buying you ice cream every day? No, I don't. Well,
my dad.
You need to get some money from them.
Both my dad.
You need to get some money from them then.
Did I just have two dads or did I have another one?
Who the other dad? Who the other one?
The one that you broke up with. My dad, cause.
How was your dad gonna be your dad twice?
Yeah, because like I think it was one of my aunties that told me this or something, that the person you married first was your first husband, and then McNaja was your first boyfriend.
I don't know what you're talking about, but hold on.
Okay.
Well, her own daughter doesn't fool with Tay because of how she treated her. How can you be with someone that doesn't want you to have anything to do with your own child or grandchild? Miss Kimberly, now have you heard Tay say out of her mouth that she doesn't want Chef Carmen to have a relationship with her daughter or her grandchild? Like, can you send me a clip of Tay saying that out of her mouth? Can you send that to me? Or is this the words of someone else? Or was it the words of someone else who said this? Because I've heard two stories about the daughter. Now, I didn't go do no investigations. I've heard people say that Tay got in the way of the relationship with Chef Carmen's daughter, and so now she doesn't have a relationship with her daughter and her grandchild because Tay, became a wedge between her and her daughter and messed up the relationship between them. And then the other story I heard about them is Tay kind of spoke up because Chef Carmen's daughter was like being disrespectful and using Carmen, and Tay highlighted you know highlighted some stuff to Chef Carmen, and her daughter didn't like that, so she threw like a temper tantrum or something like that. Now I don't know what's true. This is just the two stories that I heard. Now I can see both sides. Both sides could be true, but I don't know what is true because I haven't seen anything to confirm either thing. I just hear what people say, but I ain't seen no videos to confirm either side. Now, could her daughter be a brat and Chef Carmen was spoiling her because Chef Carmen was getting at $1 and she was doing too much? Absolutely, that could be true. Could Tay be this evil villain that came into Chef Carmen's life and wanted to keep all the money for herself, so she started to push people out of her life so she ain't have to share? Absolutely, that could be true. But do I know which is true? No, I do not. I just know what people have been saying. And not one person has sent me actual proof of something coming out of Tay's mouth herself to prove that she told Chef Carmen you can't have a relationship with your daughter. And nobody has shown me anything to prove that Tay put it in. Tay just highlighted like your daughter is mistreating you and is like taking advantage of you and yada yada yada. Nobody has shown me proof for either way. This is just what I've heard. So I don't take either side in it because I don't know. I don't know. If you know the facts and where they at, you can share them, Kimberly. Not hearsay, not stuff coming out of other people's mouth. I mean, stuff coming out of these individual mouths, like stuff coming out of their mouth, confirming the things that you're saying. I was a supporter of CC. I watched her faithfully, but things changed and not for the better. A lot has happened in the last 2 years that are most likely why Rico feels the way he does. I hope Rico wasn't being mistreated. I really do hope that he was not being mistreated and that he wasn't just being left out here starving to death. And I mean, Rico don't look, I mean, not the body shame or nothing like that. I'm a big girl myself working on myself, but it don't look like Rico was missing no meals to me. And if he got Ozempic in his refrigerator, somebody was going to the doctors getting a health check because you can't just walk around the corner and get Ozempic. And that house he was living in looked like it was well furnished. It looked pretty nice. It looked decent. It didn't look like he was living in the slums. So I don't know. I'm just basing it off what I've seen with my own two eyes. I don't like to use speculation from what other people say. And like I said on that live that Rico did, he didn't say a lot. The girl really spoke for him for real, for real. He just kind of said, he thought he was a good friend. I didn't really hear like a lot from him. Come on, ladies, let's play nice. I just blocked Kimberly so I don't have to deal with her. She was being super rude to me. Thank you, Autumn, for blocking her. It's not that I don't like her. It's just the things I've seen that make me feel the way I do. I understand, Miss Gloria. Whatever you've seen has made you formulate your opinion, and I dig that, and I respect it. I respect it. I'm sitting here being well behaved. Thank you, Toya. I hope that's not true. That's when I learned of CC and Tay, but then I never followed up after that. Yes, it's even in some of these groups. That's what I'm saying. You only listening to one side. Everybody knows CC. I'm not Kimberly. You just heard me say I listened to. Excuse me, Kimberly. You just heard me say I listened to the live that Rico did himself on the panel with them people. I listened to Chef Carmen's live. I listened to. I didn't even listen to all of Lena live. I ain't even really listen to Lena live for real, for real. The only part I really listened to because um, I don't got a long attention span is when she mentioned that Rico mentioned that he left the debit card. And she talked about how I guess she keeps up with Chef Carmen's expenses and she had mixed up accounts one day and she was trying to figure out why she was using her business account for personal things. And come to find out, she was looking at Chef Carmen's personal account, which Rico had access to, and the charges she was seeing was the things Rico was using the personal card for. It was maybe like a 5 minute little clip, and then I heard when the lady Tammy came up there and said she had spoken to Rico during the storm and was checking on him and had offered like if he needs something to let her know. But I didn't just listen to one side. I listened to Rico and his friend's side. I listened to Chef Carmen's live. So I didn't just listen to one side. I don't know if you're listening to like the things I'm saying, but not one time did I say I only listened to what Chef Carmen said. I said based off the lives that I watched, which started with the piano Rico was on, after I put everything into perspective myself, this is what I've come up with, and I have a lot of questions. I'm trying to figure out how did we get to this point where he's feeling like he was abandoned, and like, you know, they're making claims like this man wasn't eating or being fed, like he was just sitting in an apartment in the dark, like somebody wasn't paying his electric bill, and it wasn't a tornado out here in Houston. Like this is, it's not a one-sided. This is what I formulated based off all the lives that I saw since all this has come to social media dealing with Rico. Hell, Tay a liar too. Her own mama don't fool with her. Oh my gosh. I was catching up on yesterday's chat and saw you were live now. Hey, Robin. All these people ain't falling out with them for nothing. Come on now. People fall out with me on social media every single day, and I ain't done nothing to these people. So no, in the past, before I got hooked into social media, I probably would have said I had the opinion that you the common denominator, you the problem. But absolutely the hell not. I do not have that view. And I could say I no longer have that view because I myself go through things with people and have been going through things with people that I ain't never did nothing to them but be nice and kind and look out for them. So no, I am not a believer that if you fall out with everybody, you fall out with a bunch of people that you the problem. Nah. Sometimes people had evil intentions and they never intended to be good to you, and they using you for whatever reason. So no, I don't have that opinion. And I could say that because I've went through that myself. Shoot, I'm still going through it. I just had a fallout with somebody who I thought was like family to me, and end up finding out they was chewing my back out when I ain't did nothing but uplift and be there for them. So no. And it seemed like every time I turn around, I'm falling out with somebody over some BS that I don't even know understand like what's going on. So no, sorry. Mm-mm. I am not a person that believes if you constantly going through it with somebody, you the problem. Nah, they the problem. Jamie two-step, that sucks. Cece got the apartment in case it didn't work out with her and Tay. She would have somewhere to go, but since Rico came with her, he lived there, period. I don't care how he ended up in the apartment. The fact of the matter, he lived there, she paid the bills there, and she paid the bills there. I don't care if it was a backup apartment and she put him in there. He still lived there by himself, and she covered the bills and she covered the rent, the utilities, and he got access to a bank account in the car. I wouldn't care how he came about it and got it. It could have been her grandma's old apartment and she put him in there. She's still paying for it. It ain't free. I don't care how he came about the apartment. That to me, that's a non-factor. It's a non-factor. That's a non-factor. That's a non-factor to me, and that don't make sense. So she married. She moved. She got an apartment. You saying after she married Tay, just to pay for an apartment, just in case it don't work out? Why wouldn't she wait to get the apartment after something went on with her and Tay? You could go apply for an apartment at any time you get ready to if something don't work out. If she got the money and the credit, why would she want to just pay for an apartment just to be paying for it, like an empty apartment for God knows how long, in case her wife don't work out? To me, that don't make money sense at all. That don't make money sense at all to me. I'm just being honest with you. I'm sorry. That don't make sense to me, Kimberly. That don't make sense to me. That makes sense to y'all? Do it make sense to y'all that you would go get an apartment and be paying for it just in case your marriage don't work out? Or would you wait, and if your marriage is falling apart, then go get you a place to live? Because, I mean, I don't know what Chef Carmen finances are today, but it don't sound like she hard up for no money. Nah, she definitely going back and forth with me, Jacqueline, period. This is not that's her opinion, in my opinion. She's going back and forth with me. But these people know each other personally, not just on social media. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Mary, I keep hearing my name. They did discuss business together. Not that's God removing the ugly people. Right. I wouldn't do that. That don't make sense to me. So she got the. So which one is it though, Kimberly? Did she get the apartment and keep it? Did she get the apartment for Rico, or did she get the apartment in case her marriage failed? I don't know. I'm gonna get up off here though. Go get my daughter this ice cream. Go let her play at the park while she gonna have me sitting out here in the heat. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me tell y'all something. It's okay for us to have a different perspective and a view. We don't have to turn everything into an argument. Like, we could be cool, calm, and collective, agree to disagree, and keep it pushing. Let's be adults and be mature. You know. I'm going to continue following this story to see what develops from it. And if anybody who has been watching them long term, like I said, if y'all could send me any clips with confirmation of some of the things y'all are saying, and I'm not saying from a third party. I don't want to hear what somebody else said. I want to hear it out of the horse's mouth. I want to hear it out of the horse's mouth, them saying these things. Send it to me. I'll listen to it, and I'm like, damn. Oh snap! They did say that for sure, always. They truth gonna be their truth. I'm gonna be also watching to see if Rico go live and say anything, and stuff like that. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Love y'all. Bye bye. Thank y'all so much for supporting Summer's Room as always. I'll see y'all again on the flip side.
Nice.
The tea is coming soon. We got the tea. If you're at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Summer's Room. The tea is coming soon.
We got the tea.
If you're at home or on the move, but you gotta stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Summer's Room.
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.